Amethyst, have you ever wished for something so unattainable? I have. Only at the time, I didn't think of it as being unattainable. It was within reach for my tiny hands, but as the years passed, I realized wishes aren't meant to come true. They are purely there to provide us a sense of comfort to move forward, a false hope. From the beginning of this miserable life, I have only ever experienced pain. Whether it's physical or emotional, it all hurt the same. Dumped at the doorstep of the Stonehearts Pack for orphans, my pathetic life was solidified. It wasn't a huge house, but over the years, it housed over 20 pups. Only 10 remain now. There is a stigma attached to being an orphan in this pack. You are unwanted by your parents and casted aside like dirt. Everyone in this pack, whether they are adults or kids, they treat orphans like slaves. Since I was 5, I have been ridiculed and tortured. Hence why the numbers have dropped from 20 to 10, because not everyone can survive the torment we are subjected to. It's a miracle that I have survived till 16, or maybe it isn't. Today is the day that I find my mate, and I want it to be Mason Price, the Alpha's son. No, I'm not delusional. Mason and I used to be best friends when we were younger. He was the only one to protect me from the torment. He used to beat up anyone that hurt me, and Mason often said that he prayed for us to be mates, so that we can be together forever. However, when his alpha training began at 8, everything changed. He became like everyone else, maybe even worse. I'm living in a fantasy because I'm still holding on to that wish that he is my mate and will finally realize that we are meant to be. I avoided going to school today because the mating ceremony happens tonight. I'm clutching onto the only source of my happiness, Mason. Everything about him is intoxicating. His charm is contagious, and you could never say no to him. He is attentive and kind, but never to me anymore. I'm on his shit list, and I don't know why. My best friend Esmery didn't want to come tonight. I don't know which is worse, facing the future leaders of the pack, or staying in that haunted asylum we call home. Esmery welcomes the ghosts and demons more than Mason and his gang. Well, because they are assholes who pick on orphans. It isn't just teasing. They beat her up to a pulp that she couldn't move for a month, even with her healing abilities. She keeps her head down, avoids all contact, and barely comes to school anymore. The dark sky highlights the glow of the moon, illuminating us. The scent of fresh leaves and rain hits my nose, and I can feel Jade purr in my mind. Have a feeling this is going to be where our lives change. Jade's. I smile. Jade nestles closer towards me. Same here, Purple. I chuckle at her nickname for me. My name takes after the unique color of my eyes. Some believe it's the work of dark magic since no one has the same color as mine. It's one of the many reasons that I'm picked on the most, the girl with freak eyes. That's when I smell it, like pine and berries. Unfamiliar to me, it's addicting and making my mind disorientated. I can't help but be drawn to it. Jade on high alert as her tongue darts out in anticipation. Following the drug-induced scent, each step making it more potent than before. Until I come face to face with my wishmates, Jade declares. His sandy blonde hair disheveled, concealing his forehead. A plain white shirt that curved around each muscle, his biceps threaded with green veins. Gray sweatpants and bare feet on the soil, ready for a night of hunting for his mate. Only the look in his dark chocolate eyes makes me want to burn to the ground. It's not one of love, it's one of hatred and anger. Molten lava pooling at those eyes as he growls, "Fuckno." He yells in that alpha tone. It cracks at my bones, terror creeping up my spine. My heart is racing. His anger is doubling until his tan skin turns red. Mason. SHUTUP, he roars. His chest rises and falls. I can practically see steam erupting from his ears. Jade claws at me, visibly sad and angry at his tone. It's odd, she never cowers in fear around him, but I'm about ready for the ground to swallow me whole. Mason crosses the distance between us, his scent making my mind spiral in delight and fear. Of all people, it had to be fucking you. Everything I've wanted to say gets lodged in my throat. We are mates. We can be together now, I whisper, knowing of the crowd that's circling us. He chuckles like a demon. You, my mate. Ver. I don't want some pathetic little orphan as the Luna of this pack. You are not worthy of the title. You aren't even worthy of my presence. My chest aches, a sob slipping through my parted lips. Jade whimpers in my mind, and his figure becomes distorted by the tears. Everything I want to say is on my tongue, and yet I can't find the words to begin. Brittany takes her position next to Mason, her blonde, her reaching her waist and piercing blue eyes biting into my skin. He wraps his arm around her, pulling her into him. Jade growls in possession of her mate, but Mason doesn't care about me, or Jade, or the pain he is causing. Brittany is fit to be a Luna. She is my mate, and you, Amethyst, are nothing, he declares. Fire erupts in my veins, clouding my vision. I, Mason Price, future alpha of the Stoneheart Pack, hereby reject you, Amethyst, he states. The pain is unbearable, like my heart broken to pieces. The ache in my chest intensifying. It's shooting through my limbs and making each part of my body ache. Reject me now, so we can be done with this, Mason says. I heave. No, that only fuels his anger, and before I could react, Mason's fist connects with my cheek. I feel the bones crush, my entire body flying to the ground. Everything hurts. I can't take it, but it doesn't stop. He starts kicking me relentlessly in the stomach, ribs cracking one by one. I can't even breathe. Everything seems to blur, time never ending, and the torture never stops, until he grabs my hair and pulls me to face him, his figure a blur as I fight the darkness. Reject me now or I will kill you, he seethes. I cough, blood filling my mouth. I, Amethyst, reject you, Mason Price. If he felt even a lick of pain, he was good at masking it, but the truth is, he never cared. Jade howls in agony, and I don't fight the pain. The torture is agonizing. I can't feel anything but pain. It's overwhelming and drowning. Mason laughs from above me. You better stay out of my sight, otherwise I won't stop until you are dead. Coughing up a lung, the pounding in my head feels like bricks are coming down on me. Everyone disperses like ants, while my battered body lays against the soil. Everything burned to the ground in one night. Mason is itching to kill me. And by breathing, it's only a matter of time. We have to leave, Purple Jade growls strongly, but it's soft towards me. Jade lends me some of her strength as I attempt to get up. After a fifth attempt, I stare at the forest, dark and scary. It holds the unknown, and that terrifies me. But I rather face the unknown than stay here. I'm sorry, Jade. She knows what I'm about to do. I'm making her become a rogue, the worst of the worst. Don't worry, Purple. We have each other. She comforts. I smile through my broken face, letting Jade take the reins and shift into my wolf.